videos here. On this chapter we'll talk about operation with real numbers. And the first one I will start with fraction, but before that I will take some notes. I will explain what we're learning, and I will note on my iPad as well. Now, in day-to-day living, the numbers we use most often are whole numbers. Like example, I'll write it here. Once again. 0, 1, 2, 3, whole numbers 0, 1, 2, 3, and so on. Okay. And after that, we for counting and for doing like when you go to shopping, you buy something, you need to know how much, £5, $5, $6, something like else. That doesn't matter. But also we have a fraction. We have fraction, and such as I'll give an example. What's a fraction? A fraction is you have the whole numbers from 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and you take two numbers from there and you write them like that. You write them like 1 over 3, and that's 0.3033. That's meaning 1 over 3 equals 0.333. That doesn't matter the decimal there. And on this fraction, the top number is calling the top number 1 is called numerator, and the 3 is called denominator. There are two types of fraction, proper and improper. If I told like before, like 6, it's called numerator, top number, and bottom number is called denominator. If 6 it's less than 69, that's true, it's less than denominator, that's called a proper fraction. And a proper fraction with the number like 12, whereas 12 is our numerator and 5 is our denominator. It's when 12 higher, greater than 5 or equal. Yes, that's meaning proper. Proper. Yeah, proper. The second step now, let's talk about prime numbers and the factorization. But before that, I will make an example there. I'll write an example, okay? You have the number 12. That can be written like 6 times 2, or 12. That can be written like 2 6 times, or 12 can be written like 4 times 3. On this one, you have 12, 12, 12. And that's called the product. 12 is product. And 4, 3, 2, 6, and 6, 2 is called factors. That's meaning that any whole number can be stated as product of two or more whole numbers. Okay, let's talk about prime numbers. But before that, I will draw the line number and I'll show you why. That's me. And I'll take the number 2 from the line. And I want to see if this number is a prime number. And how I'll do this. If this number can be divided evenly by 1 and itself, that means it's a prime number. I'll write here plus, this one math. 2 divide 1. So it's not working. 1 second. 2 divide 1 is 2. That's all correct. Evenly. And 2 divide 2, that's it. 1. You see, that means that 2 divide 1 it's 2, and 2 divide 2 it's 1. That means if it's divided evenly by 1 and itself, it's a prime number, and 2 it's a prime number. And why I choose this number? Because if I'm choosing from the left, I'm going to the number line, I'm going to number 2, and you'll see here I take all numbers from left till I meet the number, and from left it's only number 1, and I will take the number itself 2, and that's it matter that I have a prime number. 2 is a prime number. 2 is prime. Let's take 4. Okay, I'll take 4. I'll delete this one. The 2 is prime. Take this one and delete this one as well. Take now I check 4. I take 4 from the line number, and I want to see if the 4 is a prime number. First, I'll take all divided by 1, 2, 3, and 4. I'll take all numbers from left till 4. 4 divide 1, 4 divide 2, 4 divide 3, and 4 divide 4. So what I need to delete it? Need to do one by one. Increase this one. 4 divide 3 and 4 divide 4. 4 divide 1 is 4. It's evenly. That's okay. 4 divide 2 is 2. It's evenly. And 4 divide 3 it's 1.33. 333. That means it's not evenly. And 4 divide 4 it's 1. We have number 4. By divided by itself it's 1. That's alright. But divided by 1 is 4. That's alright. But also we have 4 that divided by 2 it's 2. And that means it's not prime, because prime number need to be divided only by 1 and itself evenly, and this number is divided by 2 as well. That means 4 is not prime. Four not prime. I'll delete this one. I'll let that one down there. I'll let the line. Delete this, and it's mean that's mean a prime number can be divided evenly by 1 and itself, or if not, it's not prime. You have here the first 10 prime numbers, 2, 3, 5, 7, 11, and so on, and 1 is not a prime number because has only one divisor. That's right. You need to have two divisors that number to be prime. Why is so important the prime numbers? Because you can write each number as a product of prime factors. But first of all, you need to know the first 10 prime numbers, 2, 3, 5, 7, and so on. I will put it down on the table. You'll see it. It's here already. And I will choose an example. I will choose 36. Okay. When you have 36, like here, first of all, you need to see if 36 is divisible by first prime number. And that first prime number is 2. It is divisible? Yes. It's 36 divisible by 2 is 18. I'll write it down. 36, you'll put it like that, first one. And we write here 2. That is divisible. 36 divisible by 2, yes. You make another line, arrow, and write here 18. And after that, you circle that 2. And now you check. You take the number 18 now, the quotient, and you'll see if the 18 is divisible by 2. You start again all the time from the first prime number 2, and it's divisible. It's 9. You write it down again, like I put it before. You write here on the first one 9. You circle it. Sorry, I missed my mistake here. I'll turn it back. You need to write it here 2, the prime number, and after that 9, the number, the quotient from 18 divide 2. And now you go again. 9 is divisible by 2. No, it's not divisible. That's when you go to the next number, prime number. Remember that, need to be a prime number. And that's mean 9 divisible by 3, it's 3. Now write it down here again. 9. You write 3, the prime number. And after that you write 9 divide 3, and that's 3. And you again, you don't need to circle this one, my fault. And now you need to check again. You take the number 3 and you see if divisible by first prime number 2. It's not divisible, that means you go next. It's divisible by 3. Yes, it's divisible. That's 1. You write here 3, you circle it, and you write here 1. When you get to number 1, you stop. And you write 36 like bin. 36 is equal factors of prime number 2, 2, 3, 3. 2 times 2 times 3 times 3. That's 4. That 33, 9. And that's 4, 9, 36. And that's correct. Let's talk about reducing fraction to the lowest term and how we do this. Before talking what is reduction fraction to the lowest term, well, I'll take an example and I will show you how I do it. I'll take the example of 14 over 21. If you take 14, you can write it like product of prime factors, and that's easy. First I'll take 2, it's a prime number, times 7, that's a prime number. And 21 you can write it product of the prime factors as well. That will be 3 or 7. And I would not go on the similar process like I go before. You know how to do this. You can watch like prime numbers. They are so important to us. And after I done this, I'll go up and I'll write there 2 times 7 over 3 times 7. That will be equal with 2 over 3, because we divide the numerator and denominator by common factor. If you take the numerator 7 and denominator 7, 7 divided by 7, it's 1. And that's why it's 2 over 3. That will be disappear, and that will be disappear. But you can write it much easier to if you write an x fast and x5. You have common up, common down. You delete it by it's meaning to reduce a fraction to lowest term. That's the definition. Write the numerator and denominator as product of prime factors. You see here 14, 21, 14 over 21. You have here, I write it already, much cleaner this time. And divide the numerator and the denominator by all common factors. 7 by 7 is 2 over 3. I'll leave this one for 10 seconds, 20 seconds maybe. Maybe you want to take notes. X. Product and quotient of fraction. Very simple. I'll show you how. First of all, you write, we'll take one example, 1. That will be 2 over 3 or 4 over 6. You'll say 2 over 3 or 4 over 6. First one, that will be equal with no, first one I'll explain how. First you write the numerator and denominator as indicated product. We don't multiply. Write it like that. 2 times 4 over 3 times 6. That will be equal with, normally you need now to reduce the resultant fraction to the lowest term. How we do this? We take each number and write it like product of factors. I'll show you. I'll write here 2 over 4. You can write it like 2 or 2, product of prime numbers. 2 or 2. And 3, it's a prime number. You write it like that. And 6, you can write it like 2 or 3, product of prime. No, yeah, 2 or 3, product of prime numbers. 2 or 3. 2 times 2 times 2 over 3 times 2 times. And now after you write it like you reduce the resultant fraction to the lowest term like that. You see up you have a common is 2, and down you have a denominator is common 2. That's mean I will delete this 2 and once again, 2, 2, and the answer will be 2 or 2, 2 times 2 over 3 times 3. That will be 4 over 9, and that's our answer. That's I wrote down here the definition of multiply fraction, and up is the exercise we done it before. Let's now speak about how to divide two fractions. But first of all, I will show you an example how it's doing. I'll take one, oh, I need to change the pencil. 1 over 4 divided by 2 over 4. 1 over 4 divided by 2 over 4. And if I explain you something like that, I will use a grid, a table. First of all, you have the first fraction, 1 over 4. And 1 over 4, I will choose the greatest value. And the greatest value is 4. That will mean we have 4 columns. Second one, we take the second fraction and we choose again the greatest value, and it's again 4. That will mean we have again 4 rows. That's the part 1. And the part 2 is again to check. We'll take the remaining value from the lesser value from first fraction, 1 over 4. 1, it's less than 4. We take this. We have one column to mark. Also, on the next fraction, we take the less number, 2 over 4. 2, it's less than 4. We take 2. 2 will be how many rows we need to circle. Columns, rows, columns, and something like that. That's the first step. You see, like part 1, part 2 there. Okay. You choose first the greater values of both fraction. One will be column and one will be row. And after that, we check one column. You check the lesser value of the both fraction. One will be column, one will be row. And after that, you need to make that table, that grid. I will delete everything from here. Take it too much time. This one. And you wait 1 second now. Okay, look. What I took you previous, so I done the grid. Like I need 4 columns, 4 rows. You see the grid. 4 columns and 4 rows. 1, 2, 3, 4 rows. And 1, 2, 3, 4 columns. On the second part, I told you that you need to take the lesser value of both fraction, and first will be column, and second will be rows. You need first, I told you before, you need to mark the square on one column. If you say one column, you mark all of the square from first column. The lastly, you circle the rows, number of rows from the second fraction, and it's 2. We circle the first 2 rows. And everything we have now, number of square we mark, it's our answer, it's numerator. And all square we find inside the circle, it's our answer on denominator. And if you check again, you'll count like 1, 2, 3, 4. That's me, we have 4 squares marked. And inside the circle, you count every square. And you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. The answer will be, n will be 4, and the denominator will be 8. I'll write it down. Will be equal with 4 over 8, and that will be equal with 1 over 2. That's our answer. This dividing two fraction, this method, it's time consuming and you don't have time. You need another way, and that will be, I will explain one more easy way or something like that, and you'll see here is a method. is that we can multiply first fraction with the reciprocal of the second one. But I told you here, I write here already that the reciprocal is that we interchange numerator with denominator. I'll show here. If we have this fraction, every numbers n over d, take green one, n over d, that's our fraction. N will be our numerator and d will be our denominator. Reciprocal of this one is d over n. That's our reciprocal. We interchange n with d. D become on top and n become on bottom. And why is it useful? I'll show you. We'll take the same example from before. Okay. I'll see here. You have 1 over 4 divided by 2 over 4. Some working there. I'll delete this one. I'll make another math. We'll go do something like that. And we'll have this one. 1 over 4 divided by same exercise. 2 over 4 will be weak with. We'll write the same fraction. 1 over 4 multiplied by. I told you. We second reciprocal. We interchange them. Numerator with denominator. That means 4 will take the place of denominator and 2 will take the place of denominator. No, sorry. 4 will be on the top and 2 will be on the bottom. That will be 4 over 2. We interchange them. And that will be equal 4 over 8. And that will be equal 1 over 2. And that's it. That's the easy method you can use on the vital fraction. And here I close the chapter. Thanks for watching. That's me.